Hey guys, welcome to a video where I feed you useless information for 15 minutes, and in turn, you give me a thumbs up. Today's topic, this thing. If you couldn't tell because you didn't read this video's description, because let's be honest, who still does that? This is the first issue in a new series I invented called Recap Rewind, a show where I watch the worst movies I can find and force you to watch them with me. Like stated before, today's episode is going to be focusing on the Super Mario Brothers. No, not that Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, that one. Over the years, there have been no shortage of faithful and unfaithful adaptations of the Super Mario Brothers. And I mean many adaptations. Originating in 1981 by Japanese video game designer Shigeru Miyamoto, Mario first debuted in the legendary arcade game known as Donkey Kong, under the alias and/or original name, Jumpman, because he jumps. Creative. Since then, he was given his own adventure game in 1985 titled The Super Mario Brothers. And with that, he adapted the new alias, Mario. From then on, Mario, along with his timid brother Luigi and their extensive cast of recognizable characters, have become household names and legendary icons in the gaming community, even gaining enough popularity to become the faces of Nintendo. So, if we ignore everything that makes the Mario Brothers good, we get this movie. So let's meet the characters really quickly before we dive in. You've got Mario, your classic Italian plumber.
It's a miracle we made it alive.
His younger brother Luigi, who is for some reason like 20 years younger than him.
She's beautiful, huh? Ooh.
We meet Daisy, a university student digging up old bones.
We'd be done here a lot sooner if your goons would stop harassing us.
Scapelli, who is not important, but we'll get to that later.
Scapelli?
Spike and Iggy, who are trying to kidnap Daisy and bring her to Koopa so that he can merge the dimensions.
There she is. Koopa's gonna kill us if we blow it again.
And President Koopa, president of Dino Hatton, the mysterious land tucked away in a different dimension.
The river, but this can't be Manhattan. Where is this place?
I don't know, I ain't been to Manhattan in a couple of weeks.
Must have been a bad couple of weeks.
So, before we get too lost in translation, let's jump back to the beginning to figure out what this movie is even about.
A long time ago, the Earth was ruled by dinosaurs. They were big, so not a lot of people went around hassling them. Then something happened. A giant meteorite struck the Earth. Goodbye, dinosaurs.
Which is just a hilarious way to open the movie.
But what if the dinosaurs weren't all destroyed? What if the impact of that meteorite created a parallel dimension where the dinosaurs continue to thrive and evolve into intelligent, vicious, aggressive beings? Just like us. And hey, what if they found a way back?
So after we listen to Mario's fantastic explanation of history, we cut to Brooklyn, where this lady runs through town and drops off an egg at a church. She then immediately gets caught and supposedly killed by the evil President Koopa.
Where's the rock?
Koopa is searching for this rock, which will later be revealed. But for now, we cut back to the church to watch the egg hatch into this human baby. Oh. Then, we cut to modern-day Brooklyn, and the Mario Bros are broke, trying to find work.
I believe the rent is 3 months overdue. That's what I believe.
Fortunately for our timeless heroes, Mario and Luigi find a job, but it is unfortunately stolen from them by
Scapelli.
But at the worksite, they meet Daisy. Luigi comically falls in love with her, and they all go out to dinner.
Do you eat?
But not until after Scapelli delivers a line that should get him on the FBI's most wanted list.
You know, a lot of girls have been going missing in Brooklyn lately. I'd be careful.
So our group's at dinner. Luigi's with Daisy and Mario with his iconic girlfriend, Daniela? Yeah, they just made her up for the movie.
Oh.
So, here's a little trick we like to call creative liberty, where filmmakers get to do whatever the heck they want with the source material because they're the ones making the movie.
Well, I know it sounds weird, but I mean, it's the only thing I have from when I was found. Found? Oh, I was abandoned. I grew up at St. Teresa's on Fulton Street.
This is incredibly fortunate, because Luigi just so happens to also be an orphan, being raised by his brother, Mario.
You mean you don't know who your mother and your father are neither?
No, what do you mean, neither?
Because Mario here brought me up. He's been my mother my whole life. Hey.
The next few minutes go about just as you'd expect. Luigi and Daisy walk back to the dig site. Daniela gets kidnapped. The site gets flooded. Luigi grabs Mario and they stop the leak just in time for Spike and Iggy to knock them out and kidnap Daisy, bringing all of our heroes to Dino Hatton.
Wrong again. How many times have we got this wrong?
You've gotten it wrong 5 times.
0 for 5, 0 for 5. What percent is that?
About the same percentage as the movie got. You know, it's hard to ask a 90s sci-fi movie to have good graphics, but I think one of the things that makes this movie stand the test of time is its terrible CGI. They did their best, and because of it, we are blessed.
Mario! I disintegrated. Am I still here?
You know, Mario, I asked myself that exact same question. So, Dino Hatton is the dinosaur version of New York. All the descendants of the dinosaurs live here in this alternate dimension. We get a Goomba reveal, which is a design that would make even the scariest horror villain wet their pants. And we meet President Koopa. He wants to live in the human world, not the dinosaur world, because unlike Brooklyn, this place sucks. It's also important to note that Koopa's a germaphobe. I don't know why, but I think that's really funny. Koopa asks Mario and Luigi for the meteorite piece.
Where is that meteorite piece?
The what?
They don't know what that is, so he gets mad and takes them to the Devo chamber, where he de-evolves Toad. Yes, this is Toad.
Ain't got no water anywhere.
Into a Goomba. Gross.
It's Toad?
Yes. Loyal. Lethal. Stupid.
Which I'm pretty sure is what the producers thought the fans were when they released this movie.
I agree.
Our heroes then miraculously escape Koopa's grasp and flee in a stolen police vehicle. I also want to point out how many crashes there are in this movie. I think that's where most all of the budget went to. So there's this unimportant original character named Lena who hates Daisy because she's a princess and Lena's not. But more on that later. For now, Daisy suits up in her iconic purple dress and is finally ready to meet Yoshi.
Don't move your hands around like a small wounded animal.
Somehow that's not even the weirdest thing he says. In like 4 seconds, he drops this line on her.
And you know what they say about little girls, don't you? They never forget the first time they're kissed by a lizard.
To me, this line gives off the same energy as...
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Which is not really a good look for anyone.
I agree.
Going back to the brothers, Mario and Luigi wander through the desert. Spike and Iggy find them, but their stupidity gets the best of them, and they get themselves captured. Here they decide to team up and trade the rock for Daisy.
Yes, I think that proposal would mutually benefit both our parties.
Yes, okay, now. Hand over the rock.
Then we learn that the lady from before that stole the rock from them is named Big Bertha, and she's a bouncer at the nightclub. So naturally, that's where they go.
The name's Mario. I'm your main man. You Ramadan, you can of Spain.
After a hilarious sequence where Mario dances with her and steals the rock back, he immediately loses it to Lena. So after Mario and Luigi escape by thwomp stomping out of the club and jumping into a sludge gulper, they sneak back into Koopa's tower, freeze the vents, and suit up in their classic red and green jumpsuits? They don't wear overalls. And while all this is going on, Koopa is ordering a pizza.
May I help you?
King Koopa here.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like the Koopa special. Lizard, hold the mammal, no worms. And, spicy.
While in the elevator, Luigi decides that the Goombas all like dancing, so he makes them all dance, and they escape and make their way up towards the top of the tower.
How did you know they do that? Huh?
Because everybody loves to dance, that's why.
For some unapparent reason, Spike and Iggy change sides partway through the film and decide that they're no longer teaming up with Bowser. This results in their capture.
Kill them!
Toad turns out to still have some of his brain left and teams up with Daisy and Yoshi to help her escape. She runs into Iggy and Spike, and they start to escape after introducing Daisy to her father. Ooh. Yuck. Her father is revealed to be the nasty fungus slime that's covering the entirety of the city, which is gross. After finding Daisy, Mario and Luigi learn that Daniela's here too. So Mario leaves to go get her, and Luigi and Daisy instantly get captured by Koopa. I think it was at this moment when Dennis Hopper decided he was going to sabotage this movie, because his acting goes down the drain.
I'll meet you in the playground after school. Lena.
Sir, I believe you were looking for this.
I agree. Where's my pizza?
Also, I want to point out this is the best action sequence of the entire film. Also, there's this random guy that just stares as the mattress is falling out of the sky, and he does not care at all.
Huh?
So Koopa hops in his clown car, and Mario jumps up there and tackles him, causing the rock to fall into Lena's hands again. So she takes it and starts merging the dimensions, but she doesn't have the power to do so, and instantly dies. It's also important to point out that Luigi is incredibly insensitive at this moment.
Man, she sure makes an impression.
Mario and Koopa face off on the bridge like the classic game, but then they get sent into the real world as Lena merges the dimensions. Luckily, Daisy and Luigi stop it, sending Mario and Koopa back into Dino Hatton. There, Mario and Luigi take some Devo guns and send Koopa back in time to see the dinosaurs. Not until after Koopa turns Scapelli into a monkey, because of course he does.
Scapelli?
Toad plays a song, all the Goombas dance, and everyone gets a happy ending. Except Luigi.
Right, come on, let's go.
I can't.
Oh, come on, Daisy, you know how I feel about you, right?
Daisy needs to stay behind in Dino Hatton to ensure its safety, but she also wants to meet her father. So after a quick kiss, Luigi lets her go, and the Super Mario Brothers return to Brooklyn as heroes.
I'd call them the Super Mario Brothers.
But just then, Daisy barges in, saying she needs their help, setting up the sequel that had absolutely no chance of ever being made. And, in a post-credits scene, Spike and Iggy pitched the plot of the movie to two Japanese game developers called
The Super Koopa Cousins.
alluding to the fact that this movie was supposed to be a prequel to the game, Super Mario Bros., but a lot of the story got lost in translation from English to Japanese, hence why the game is so much better than this movie. Now, this wouldn't be a proper review unless we had some way to compare it to other bad movies. So, without further ado, I give you the Recap Rewind Bad Movie Tier List. I'll be updating this list every time we watch a new film together so that we can see how they all stand in comparison to one another. Disclaimer, this list will be biased, as it is I who am ranking them based on 3 categories. 1. Did it make money? 2. What were the official ratings? And 3. Was it entertaining? Not only that, but each film will earn a spot on the tier list. The tiers are as follows: Hidden Gems, Loved and Hated by All, Cult Classics, Box Office Failures, and Hysterical Catastrophes. Now that we got that out of the way, where does the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film stand in our rankings? Did it make money? No. The film had a budget of around $45 million and only grossed 38.9, so they lost money on it. Over the ratings, IMDb gave the movie a 4.2 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 27%, so I would call that a failure. Was it entertaining? Short answer, yes. Despite how poorly it adapted the source material, I can see the influences of the era that bled into this film. Tim Burton's Batman movies were taken a little too seriously by these guys. I love the Mario Brothers. I love everything about them. So, does this film make me cringe every time I see another horrendously adapted character? Yes. But this rating is based on if the film was entertaining. And from the 3 times I watched it in preparation for this video, I can confidently say I was entertained.
Are you not entertained?
It was a box office failure, and to some it is considered a cult classic. But due to the fact that you can really only watch this film on DVD, I don't think we can place it in either of those categories. Overall, I'm going to put it in loved/hated by all, because you can simultaneously love and hate this movie for exactly what it is. Well, if you've made it this far into the video, surely it deserves a like. Unless you disapprove of my rating of the film, then fair. If you want one final review and rating of this film, you can find me on Letterboxd at Dallin Hoffman, where I will be giving each of these films we watch here a star rating and a written review. Thanks so much for watching. Tell me what you want to see next, and have a wonderful day.
With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others.